Hello, hello. Welcome to Hero Shack Chronicles. We're talking about Last of the Reapers tonight. I'll be joined by my co-host Diana in just a moment. We're just getting ready. It's how it always is, isn't it? I mean, we don't have producers, we don't have editors, we don't even have good hosts because that's me and Diana. She's a good host. I'm kind of a clodhopper. Good evening, Gary Henderson. Welcome to the show. You know how this show business goes, honey. I guess I can get rid of the banner that says starting at 8, though. You know what I forgot?
You really set me up. What?
I forgot something to drink. I never set you up.
Oh.
You always set you up. I don't even know how you do it. You're just amazing.
You may need a fan.
I can do that.
All right.
Let me just go get my soda real quick.
Yeah.
Gary's in there.
Well, hi, Gary. Hello. I am getting ready for a very long day, everybody. I've been out of the house since 8 o'clock this morning. I got home at 7, I think. Been crazy long. Okay. We'll get started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sign right in.
Do. Here I come with my mysterious green cans.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, you can see right through my belly. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's with the new Microsoft Edge? It's everywhere.
Well, that's how Microsoft does it. They're pushing it.
Is it any good?
I wouldn't buy it, but it's free, so I don't have to. I honestly don't know. I'm sure they have a good sales pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we doing?
We're doing Last of the Reapers. I just see all the.
Yeah, we are. So let's talk about that.
Book. First, welcome everybody.
Welcome everybody.
Who is out there? I am just getting into Facebook.
Lorenzo, what's up, brother? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to join. Let me copy the stream yard link.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll paste it, and let's see. And tonight it appears to go to Hero Shack and to YouTube, but not necessarily to my Facebook page. So we will take the time.
Everything is very slow too.
Not on mine. Mine is flying. And I will paste the link over here. Boom. Hi. Tiny knows it's showtime. Oh, Monday night Chronicles. She's got to be involved, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just get settled in here, girl. There we go.
Okay, it's all coming up now. Okay.
All right. So we've been working our fingers to the bone this weekend.
Well, some of us have been.
When you left, I gave you a 29-page
Proof to read.
Yeah. A lot of that art was kind of choppy, right?
Yeah.
So I figure we can go over some of this stuff tonight and just show the world what's going on. How much can I reveal?
Not much, because then they won't buy it.
They might buy it. Would you buy it if you liked it?
Yeah, if I liked it.
Okay, hang on. I have to, because I was showing the movie in the intro.
Mm-hmm.
I think I screwed up my other thing. Here it is. And now I have to see if StreamYard will recognize it again.
I can't hear anybody. How come?
I don't think anybody's in with us right now.
Oh.
That's why.
Okay.
Okay, we don't want any of these. So I will try to.
So we have another Kickstarter coming up, do we not?
We do. And in fact, it's supposed to launch tomorrow, but we haven't set up the tiers. We're going to do that after this chat, I hope.
I thought
but
you
then
did
it
them already.
No, I did not do them.
Hmm.
But then it typically takes a couple of days to get it approved.
Mm-hmm.
So it may not be starting exactly as I anticipated, but that's okay because If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. The campaign is going to be asking for $777. And for that grand total, we will produce The Last of the Reapers book, which is a story that has to be told. It's the end of the world, folks. And this is how it's going to go down, at least in my fictional mind. Notice the key word is fictional.
I do know.
But it's becoming an interesting tale for me to tell. All right.
Do tell.
Oh, look, there we have some of the raccoons.
Okay.
They are sort of like they're not really bad creatures. They're just animals, and they're a little crazy, of course. This is in Procreate, so let me just slide out of here. That's the art application. This is what it actually looks like right now in the comic that you read a copy of.
Yes.
And it's interesting because you can see this is what it would look like without color. What's most interesting though is it will appear in another book. Because you know me, I can't just make a comic.
I know.
There will be at least one variant cover, but this is also going to be available. This is going to be an 8.5 and 11.
That one's really cool.
Art book, and you can do whatever you want with this art book. It'll make great viewing, and it could even be a coloring book if you are so inclined. This, for example, is a character sketch of the werebear. It doesn't actually appear in the comic, but I can have it here. Right. And that's a good use of it because I know some people really dig the artwork black and white like this.
Yeah.
This is a page that did not appear in the comic, but it was one of the concept pages. This is actually in the comic, and I put it in there because if you look at it in the upper left-hand corner, can you see the bear?
Well, no, because it's draggy on here.
Yeah, but look at it live.
Oh, yes. Yes, I can.
So see the little bear up on the top?
Yeah.
That's how it starts. That's the rough pencil of the bear.
Okay.
And down below is, of course, the inked one. Now, I'm not including color pages in this art book intentionally. This is going to reflect the 4 stages of the page as I finish it up.
Okay.
It's an unfinished page. This one also is much of the same, where it shows the different stages.
Yeah.
This one is, again, different stages. You can also find a couple of the Easter eggs in this page.
Cool.
White Lily and Otis Stein, which is, I think, launching tomorrow as well. Here, this is a page I just finished coloring, so it's not been... Oh, no, it won't be updated here. This is the black and white of the colored page. Raccoon, yes. That's one of the original concept sketches. Another page that will never appear from a concept of it. This is a character page, and every major character will have one of these. This one's based on Giannis.
I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah, it gives a little background. It's not going to be in the comic. It's going to be in the art book. But together, they're a nice little companion. Again, more of the artwork in its various stages. This is a concept. This was originally the first page, and the original concept was hundreds and hundreds of reapers were going to gather at a dam, which humans were using, kind of like to launch a new civilization. And they, hi, Lorenzo.
Hey, Lorenzo.
And they literally smash the dam with their sickles until it cracks and eventually will flood the human settlement. And it didn't fit my script. I had a whole script about this, and
it just didn't work.
I didn't like it. I didn't like where it went. So I restarted the story, but the artwork is still there. So I get to keep it for the companion book, you know. This one's a little silly. It's just playing around with the Reaper character. And of course, the Reaper is not highly imaginative. He's not unique. I mean, everybody knows what a Grim Reaper should look like.
Right.
My particular Reapers are not skull heads, though. And if you look at the book deeply, you'll see that his eyes actually have white lids. And the only reason they look like sockets are because of how deeply set they are in his head. He does have an awkward nose, kind of like the
Mhm.
Michael Jackson look without
Yeah.
the prosthetic.
Mm-hmm.
And his lips, though they look toothy,
Mm-hmm.
are really not actually teeth at all. They're
Okay.
just like cracked skin. And
Okay.
underneath it, he actually has teeth.
Cool.
These creatures are not human, but they're not what we would think a Grim Reaper is.
Right.
We think of it as a skeleton with a robe on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what you're looking at there is actually the survival team.
Mm-hmm.
These are the four people that we're following to the end of the earth.
Right.
Um, there's that Reaper again. I love the Reaper.
Did I see an Otis Stein
Yes, you
shirt?
did.
Okay.
Let's go back. You want to see it again?
Oh, you just kind of skipped over it.
Wait a minute. Oh, you know what I want to do? Let me do this. Other than getting licked by my dog, I'll show it to you in color because it pops a little better.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go here. It's on this page first. And as you can see, this young lady is wearing an Otis Stein shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Now, she's a 14-year-old daughter of Chuck, who is the survivalist, of course. Did you just enter, honey?
I entered because I can't see the chats from here. I can't read it without my glasses, and I can't put my glasses
That's okay. I
on
entered you.
because I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Why do you have all that stuff open there?
I don't know how I did that.
Hit that X right there. Yep, there you
Okay,
go.
thank you.
Okay.
And there's chats going on.
Yes, welcome.
Hi, Gary. I see you there. Making sure. anybody-
Gary's on Facebook, though.
Well, he's not on my Facebook.
He might be on Hero Shack. He could be. I should only do it on YouTube, but the fact of the matter is we do better on Facebook.
True.
So I'm doing StreamYard to 3 different channels right now.
That's
And I
kind of
know-
odd. The
What's
comic
that?
book Pots claims that he does better on Facebook.
Yeah, I think part of it is Facebook picks up people who are, if it's in the timeline and they stop even for a second, it counts as a view. I think it's a bit of a deception or an illusion,
Yeah.
but I'll take it. I need all the encouragement I can get. Sometimes I see people out there doing streams and I am like, how are they getting thousands of views? What am I doing that they are not?
Mhm.
Or is it the other way around? Anyways, as we've been looking at, this is Chuck the survivalist and his daughter with the Otis Stein shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And, just to show it's not a fluke, she appears again and again with Otis Stein. And
Who's Otis Stein? Is somebody?
you remember Skinny?
Yeah.
It's his book. He's involved in this book. I think he edits and letters it. He might even color it. No, I don't think he does. Not this
Okay.
one. And look, White Lily on Broadway. That's an old, eroded sign.
That's very cool.
Up there is our werebear waiting to jump into action.
Mm-hmm. But you're kind of like telling everybody where all the Easter eggs.
Well, I'm looking and we only have like 2 viewers, so I'm not worried about it getting out.
Well, it does play back.
Well, then good. They got a little bit of mystery solved. They're a little bit of.
So, what are we thinking about the tiers in our
Well, we're going to
Kickstarter?
have one with the book. Well, there'll be a PDF.
Mm-hmm.
PDF is great for overseas. People know what the shipping is and they know
Yeah.
how hard it is.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them just prefer PDF.
Yeah.
Not only that, but there's a growing market for PDFs.
Yeah, that's true.
I may actually consider putting this up on Webtoons at some point. So
That might be kind of fun.
right, I'm kind of conflicted about where to go with it right now.
Mhm.
But the Kickstarter will feature the comic,
yeah.
full color print, full bleeds, which is a new feature for us. Let me show you something. You want to see something cool? I think it's cool. Maybe I showed it last week. I don't remember. Yes, I did because I had to fix the cloud or the sky. Remember? No, you don't remember because you don't know what I'm talking about, do
No,
you?
I have no idea.
Look, I fixed the sky.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember.
That's my 2-page spread, my first one ever.
That's cool.
Unfortunately, I didn't create the artwork properly, and there is a border at top and bottom.
Oh yeah.
But
what
I actually
happened?
used that as part of the design element. And next 2-pager, I'll get rid of that.
Okay.
But it was my first effort. And what
Mhm.
I did was I flipped an 1117 on its side,
Yeah.
and I just went nuts. The problem is it doesn't scale quite right. for the comic book size when it's flipped. So I just
I
have to
see.
make an adjustment. And the problem wasn't that I couldn't make the art fill the screen. It was where the characters were falling in. And I couldn't have them fall too close to the trim and too close to the bindery. So that's just perfect where they're at. But yeah, it's got my first 2-page spread. And Otis Stein is on the first 2-page spread. That's kind of cool.
I guess that is.
Yeah,
kinda
it's
cool.
a first. Oh, I like this. You see that, right? What is that?
What's that?
What do you see? What is this?
It's what's her face there?
Not the girl. Look behind her. That's Arthur the Werebear, but it's just his eye.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
And I slipped it in there just to show that they're under surveillance.
Mm.
See, Arthur is a
Arthur or author?
Arthur.
Arthur. You're saying author.
I know. I keep saying the wrong word.
Arthur, like
Arthur.
Artie.
Artie, the werebear,
Mhm.
is tracking the humans because they're the only ones left that he can smell that are human.
I see.
So he's taken to protecting them, and this is part of the battle, the story. Can I show? Yeah, I can show them because I still have like 20 more pages to do.
Okay.
I'm kind of flipping through a lot of this so I don't give it all away. Like this here
Yeah.
is a splash page where he's taken out the last Wercoon that was attacking him. I haven't put in a lot of the art yet. I have all that art done. It's just not in yet. Oh, I can't go there. But I forgot what I was going to show you. Do you remember?
Mm. Nope.
Nope.
You said you were showing us pages you've done.
Well, these are all the pages of the first 37 pages of the book, and you can see the stages I do it in. So, for instance, page 1 is the closest one to being finished because I've gone over it several times. Diana would notice. Most people wouldn't, but the script has been dramatically altered
Every time
no
I
less
read
than
it.
3 times. Yeah. And that's because as a writer / editor / whatever creator,
Yeah.
I see things and I go, you know what? I need to adjust that. I need to fix that. I need to add this or remove that. That's redundant. And I need to do it before you see it, because the less I leave for you to clean up, the more likely you are to find other things.
Right.
So to me, it's an important step of my creative process.
Mm-hmm.
I wish.
So
He'll be right back.
I'm getting better at that, though.
yeah, you came right back in.
That was confusing. What happened?
My mouse, this mouse here, it's a Apple Mighty Mouse or whatever, Magic Mouse. And every now and then, well, actually, it's been more now than then lately.
Yeah.
I
That's a
tap
good way
it the
to
wrong
put it.
way and it puts me back a screen.
Oh, yeah.
I have to turn off the feature on it, and I keep forgetting. And because it only really bothers me when I'm in StreamYard. Normally, it won't do anything.
Right.
This dog is going to be the death of me.
I know.
And she knows this is the only time we're together in this room like this.
Yeah. She's got to come in and do her thing. So
So-
yeah. So go ahead.
So the comic book is coming along.
Mhm.
It's going to be weird because it's not really for children anymore.
Well,
This is
not
more
this one.
towards a teenage.
I don't know. Your phone keeps blinking. Should you read that?
No, I shouldn't read that. Why should I read that?
Is it coming through there? Whatever it is.
No, my phone is. I don't know what it is. Now I'm going to read it. Let's see.
Well, I didn't know if it's people on
The
Facebook.
phone is Twitter.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Twitter going nuts. Twitter is always going nuts. If you're not on Twitter, don't bother. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you are
it's
on
a big
Twitter,
disappointment.
what's that?
It's a big disappointment. And I knew it was garbage to begin with, and it was even worse than I thought.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine the depths that Twitter really goes down into sometimes. It gets really grim.
Yeah.
And it's almost comical. The
Mhm.
problem is some of these people are so serious about what happens there is that I think it's damaging.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
Well, they take it very seriously.
Yeah, it's very stressful the way it's set up. It's set up so people can't really have in-depth conversations because somebody will tweet something out, but then they'll run out of like character length to explain themselves.
Right.
So if they do want to explain themselves further, they'll have to start another part, one of 10
Yeah,
or
like
something, and then
together.
people will read it all and they'll respond to the one post at the top.
Huh.
Or else I'll like sometimes edit something down and I'll forget some important point and think that it's in there, and then it turns out it's not in there, and people are responding because to my incomplete,
Incomplete things, right?
yeah, it's not very useful except for the group feature can be useful, but I have to sometimes mute the groups because there's so much back and forth talking.
It can be nice. It can be a distraction. I like seeing all the footage of different videos on there, everything from like concerts to riots to comedy to
I could do
whatever.
without the riots,
The
but
riots,
the concerts are pretty cool.
I don't like the riots, but it's kind of like a car accident. You can't help but watch. You like when you're watching a race and you know the cars are going to wreck. And it's like,
You just described that show Jersey Shore.
yeah,
I watched like the first episode. And it's like, watching like it's like slow train crash or something.
yeah, it's like the show is horrible, but you're waiting for the other foot to drop, so you're going to watch it.
Or Honey Boo Boo. That was like, that was horrible.
God.
I never watched Honey Boo Boo, but I've seen enough of her stuff. Tiny, I don't know what you're doing tonight.
She's snuggling big time.
I wish I hadn't ever seen that.
Honey, yeah, I watched it once and I'm like, yep, that's enough for me.
It was glorifying like
thank
redneckism and whatnot.
Well,
Like
it was the very worst kind of redneck type.
and they were mocking them more or less, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was like going and focusing on, not just some country folks who maybe there's some country folks they just kind of make do with what they have, and sometimes they're called rednecks, but just like around in northern Michigan, we'll call some people rednecks. Maybe down south they might be called good old boys or something, for like kind of the positive kind of country folks.
Yep. Hey.
Yeah.
Mighty Geek Studios has arrived.
Oh, hey, Terry.
How you doing?
What's up, brother?
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Not much.
Or cat?
No.
Is Chloe down there too?
No, she's in the other room.
Good. Only two of the three are bothering us right now.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hello, Gracie. Did you guys hear that? Nope, she's not going to cry twice. Gracie walked in and cried at us and walked away. I don't know what that was about. She's a very stubborn cat, and she's very communicable, but she's not very fun.
It was
Granite Con was canceled. Son of a gun.
Yeah.
My last big hope of a comic show this year has been canceled.
Yeah.
I'm pouting.
Hmm.
What about the Northeast Comic Con? Are they having one that we can get in December?
Don't pout, man.
I miss the shows, man. I am ready to get out there and
I know.
sell. What's up, Video James? How are you, man? You don't miss the shows, Terry?
I do miss the shows.
Oh, I thought you said I don't. I'm like, oh, I miss them.
I miss the shows.
Me too. I think that we rescheduled for next year.
This is
We rescheduled for next year.
Put up with.
Oh, because I don't have it.
What's that?
I said this is one of the things we have to put up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't turn out to be some stupid overblown thing, but I'm afraid it's gonna be. But COVID is weird. Every time I think that it's gonna, turn out to be a fraud, something real happens.
Well, it is what it is. We can't change it. We just got to deal with it.
That's right. Although it has affected my comic.
I know.
Within this comic here, there's a scene where they come out into an entire battlefield, basically, where
Hey,
the werebear has slaughtered
are you
dozens.
still there?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear us?
Nope.
Testing, testing.
I don't know.
Hey Lorenzo, can you hear us?
I do too, Gary. I miss the shows a lot.
That's where Gary and I met, and
Yeah.
Diana too.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't meet you at a show, but we met Gary at a show.
This is true. Can you guys hear us okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. I had a phone call.
No, no worries. It's fine. I'm just like, I don't know if anybody's going to hear us.
So in this roughly drawn scene here, let me share it. They have to actually put masks on because of the smell of the dead. It's not so much for virus protection as to attempt to drown out the stench because they come out and, you know, the werebear has spilled bowels of raccoon everywhere. And yeah, it's just a bloody mess. And so they're trying to hide from the scent. They're at this point escaping a walk-in freezer, which is where they took refuge.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of I know exactly what it is, but you can kind of make it out if I was to explain it to you. But this is the rough art that my comic starts off as.
So you do the dialogue when you do your roughs?
Yeah, we'll see the roughs there right now, right?
Yeah.
Those were all, because I do them in on iPad and Procreate, I'm able to adjust the sizing and stuff, and then I put the letters in and see how that's all going to flow. And a lot of times, like if I'm working through a section like that's difficult for me to see the flow in, I can go back and like manipulate it in ways because I know what the art is generally going to look like. But ultimately, that gets tighter. Like if I just go backwards here a little bit, this is another stage. Like the line art on the left here is all very, 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 baseline. Like I've cleaned up the loose lines, and now what I would do next, or what I'm going to do, is I'll go over it with another layer and try to add like all the details that need to be fixed, like the wrist on her hands and the various little things that I need to go back and touch up. Yeah. And then I put a final like shadowing on things. Let me see if I have one that I'm happy with. This one I'm pretty happy with, but I can't wait to color it. But here, like I was trying to use shadows, not so much on the top where I do that weird colored red to yellow thing. It didn't come out quite the way I like, so I'll probably have to redo it. But like the shadows under their armpits and stuff, all that stuff, that's all added at the very end.
Okay.
And then there you have it. That page there is virtually done. I'll have to, I'll do something with the top there with those 4 odd boxes I have. But I don't know what yet. Like, I don't like how the black guy's skin drawn. He looks red there. And it's because what I'm doing is experimenting with filters. And that one just didn't look right. So I have to go back and fix it. But other than that, this page is all but done until Diana gets a hold of it. And then she'll try to get me to delete half the dialogue.
Yep.
Well, I know.
Wordings. Go ahead.
Well, I know Skinny's doing. I think he was saying that he's not really an artist, but he goes and he draws some roughs to let the artist know what he's thinking of.
Right.
And he's writing like the dialogue as well. I think that's how he's doing Otis Stein.
Uh-huh. That's kind of cool.
That is.
Welcome back.
Yeah. But as I was saying before, have you signed up for the 24-hour comic?
Yes, I'm doing that right now. I'm on it, guys. Crap. I do need
I give you one thing to do. You had one job.
I have
that is such a farce, though. She actually does. She works way more than one job.
I know.
In fact, I'm a little upset. Didn't you call in late tonight just to be here? Get back in that factory, lady. No, she's really the best thing that's ever happened to me. So I shouldn't make fun of her. She'll kick my butt.
I still have 2 classes to do tonight. I mean, 2, like I have homework.
Courses. You're working on
Courses,
2 different
yeah.
courses.
Tonight after this, after the thing. Okay, so registration is now open for the 24-hour. No,
Yeah.
okay, so you do the video chatting. So it is from the study game. Columbia College. Is that the link? Must be.
Yeah, he sent you the link.
I know.
I wish you would have done this sooner.
I'm so sorry.
Most of the online venues haven't been posted yet.
No, honey, we want to sit here and wait for you to finish.
No.
I'm just telling her that most of the online venues haven't been posted yet, but we can all still register individually.
Okay. Columbia College.
So doesn't Diana like work with kids, and then you've got college, and then you're
Then I
an
have a
editor, marketer. You do marketing, and
Yeah.
Well, she really doesn't do the marketing. She's more like the business manager.
Now I'm the one that like, no flipping way are we doing that? Stop. Think about what you're talking about.
Because I come up with
I
some
see.
crazy ideas. Some of which she doesn't even know yet. But like for instance, I am thinking of doing a full metal comic one day. I'll expect her to shoot that down.
well, some people do cover metal, like a metal
Oh yeah, I know you
poster
can
or
do
something
metal
like
covers.
that. I think that might make more sense than an actual
Oh, no.
full comic.
I am thinking like 3 metal rings punched into aluminum plates like my cards were done, printed 2-sided, and just a very special edition. It's probably going to cut everybody's fingers as they try to turn the pages, but I'm thinking,
why not?
outside the box, like that would be like probably
That's way outside the box.
it's $1 to print on it, I think at least. So you're probably looking at $2 for a 20-page book alone. You're probably looking at $50.
Yeah, we're not.
Well, when we get a good character, we will. When we're big enough.
Listen.
But that's one of my dreams. Like I want to outdo everybody and do like the.
Are you trying to outdo like the Mormons with their golden plate?
Yeah, I know. But like when I think about guys like Doug TenNapel, and I think about like his box and like Van Sciver is ripping off the idea of the box, the printed box that looks really cool. So I'm thinking like I have to do something bigger than those guys. Like so you guys got to understand.
Is to stand out from the crowd,
right? And that's always been my trademark. So metal comics is one idea that's probably never going to happen, but I always think like, how can I do this a little better? How can I do it a little different? And
you had like 3 different endings to a book.
I may still
instead of
do
doing
that.
3 books, which might cause a lot of confusion, just have 3 endings. That's something I've.
But remember, right now,
does that.
Right now it's August 31st, and I've already done 37 pages. Now you see the level of finish, so I still have some work to do, but I have the 37 pages broken out. It's going to take me about another 23 pages to finish the story, but I think I could be doing at least one alternative ending, and I'm thinking about how that would look like. Would I insert a cover title page that says, this is what happened on, such and such a variation of this earth, and just show. I don't know how to word it yet, but I may slide something in there to let the reader know, okay, this is alternative ending 1, this is alternative ending 2. It depends, but I'm feeling it with the book. Like there's a lot of graphic violence in it that I'm enjoying drawing, which sounds a little sick, but it's just fun. Like the scene with the bear putting his fist through the raccoon was just
the alternate ending.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, no, I've been showing it, and I figure.
Oh, he's terrible. You guys have seen the whole book in a rough draft, but still.
Well, you've seen a lot of. You haven't seen anything about the end.
No.
That'll come in the next couple of days, guaranteed.
But if you're now, so for those viewers out there catching Hero Shack Chronicles for the first time, she's right. If you keep coming back, I'll keep showing you stuff that I'm currently doing that will be in the book. That's part of the reason to tune in. But the idea of showing you guys is hopefully to entice you one day to purchase the book, to smell the ink in the pages, to feel it in your hand, right?
Right.
Am I marketing properly?
No.
No.
No. Well, the thing is, if you give away too much, they won't have to buy it. That's the problem.
Thank you.
That's why my online webtoon thing wasn't working. I did my own little online distribution. And yeah, it was just like, come get my free comics 24 hours a day. And we would be at the convention, and I literally had banners behind us saying, comics for free at HeroShack.com. So the people would be sitting there talking to us, and I'd be like, you know, if you're not sure about buying it, don't worry, don't. Just go online. You can read it there. And she's like, you cannot say that. So I had to learn to keep my mouth shut.
I think Doug Garrett and Preston Poulter actually have digital copies of a lot of their comics, though they might be kind of they might not actually go and say it that way, though. Phrase it the way you did.
They try to push the physical copy more than the digital.
Well, when Preston was coaching me on my first Kickstarter, the PDF is kind of crucial so that you have like a drop dead bottom price. You know, if you just want to tag along and join in, you throw that in there, and then they can join up with you. You know, and they still know what you're doing, and they're still supporting you. Okay. And what I found was the PDFs were good to have as sales tactics in the sense that you can use that as straight profit to put into the bling. So really my backers last campaign who benefited the most were the ones who were buying the packages.
Yeah.
The PDFs were supplementing those. Boy, something doesn't seem quite right there, but that's exactly how I looked at it. I was like, well, I made this much in PDFs, so I can spend this much on mailers, you know?
Right.
And I did end up giving out the 2019 PDF with the PDFs. So they got a bonus too. It's just you can't send them like keychains and cards and things in email. It doesn't work.
All right. I have signed him up. He is signed up.
We are signed up.
He is signed up on the, I found the event page, the 24-hour comics day for October.
October 3rd?
Yeah.
Now, is that a Friday or a Saturday or
that's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. I'll make sure I'm going away that weekend.
No, you have to be here. Do they allow you to take naps?
No.
No whatsoever.
24 hours you have to be up creating comics.
From whatever time you start to
24 hours.
Same time the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And the goal is to make a 22-page comic or
24 page. Oh my God.
24? Piece of cake. I can do it.
You think you can do a page an hour?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you can.
You know what I think it's going to take? It's going to take.
I'm talking pencils, ink, letters.
Yes, but the key will be a couple of things. Like, do the letters have to be hand drawn?
No.
Okay, so that's an easy one. The whole thing with the artwork will be to keep it simple. As far as like my breakdowns will have to be stick figures. And then when I go at it, something John Byrne is really ringing in my head a lot lately is do it right the first time. So when you draw something, when I draw something and I'm focusing on it, it helps when I remember that, because if I can get those first ink strokes down, I save all that time.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Seven.
Which is why I make sure I have all my pencils down first before I go to ink.
Seven's in the chat.
Yes, he is, by the way. Welcome, Seven. So yeah, I think I can do the 24-hour comic.
That's a really good idea.
In fact, what I would probably do, to tell you the truth, in my approach, is I would probably do all 24 pages in the first hour as a breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Or as quick as I could.
You do your thumbnails first and then
Not even thumbnails. I'd use the whole page as a thumbnail. So I'd start right off, boom, and just try to work it so I know what all 24 pages would have. And then it's just a matter of trying to use an art style that doesn't require like a lot of cross hatching.
Well, the good news is,
Yes, love.
you can actually go there to the actual 24-hour Comic Day website, and they have like a participant kind of like what you can do stuff. So that's kind of
What you can do?
yeah, like
What, like the rules?
no, participant resources. See, I'm showing it to you.
Oh,
Look, if you need help with like
It gives
survival
you
kit,
everything, it gives you everything from layouts to layout help, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
yeah. Go ahead. I'll see.
That sounds really cool.
oh, she's pulling up a manual.
Yeah.
Look it. There's a whole thing, a whole how to do it.
24-hour comic.
Wait, what's a comic? He tells you exactly. Can I do it? I'll do it. I make stick figures.
You want to do it too?
No, just teasing.
Why?
Do it if you want to.
Hours. Holy cow.
And you can, and yes, you can. And yes, you can use stick figures.
I know,
Been
right?
done.
Wouldn't that be funny?
So where were you looking?
You went to see where it says resources?
Yep.
Go to participant resources. Participant. And click on that. And then it has like some really cool links that you can do. It's better to be done.
Yes.
Avoid being chatty with other. Avoid chip, soda, candy as your sole food source. Stretch your hands and wrists a lot. Never give up. At 12 a.m., change into a clean pair of pants and a shirt. Brush your teeth at night. It'll give you a brain boost. That's so funny. Tools you need. Listen, tools you need. A toothbrush and toothpaste. A chewable multivitamin. Clean shirt, pants, socks, and underwear. A clean sheet of facial expressions. A cooler with foods and snacks that will work for you. Your own. Oh, this must be if you're going there. Never mind.
Well, that's if you're hosting a venue.
Right, and if you're there, like if you're actually there,
We should host a venue next time.
well, maybe.
Well, you can't. Well, since everyone is doing hosting online, you can, but you have to have a platform to use.
Yeah,
And Zoom is very limited.
yeah, it
If
is.
you're not paying for it,
Right.
which means you can create a room on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
and do it that way,
That's true.
and just invite people in.
So you excited?
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
Yes, I'm still eating dinner. It's now frozen cold. It's cauliflower, mashed potatoes, and fish sticks, guys. Yum. The dinner of
That's what I
champions.
live for. Oh, look at this. The 2014 triathlon. I didn't have anything to do with
Sorry. I digress.
it.
No, I think you should totally do it. I think it would be a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. For sure.
Can you use a character that you've used previously, or is it
Yeah,
Why not?
cool?
you can.
So I could actually just do Cyclopean's origin story.
That would be perfect. You already have an idea.
Well,
Yeah.
I have tons of ideas. I mean, I could use any one of them, but yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So he signed up. So yay, I did it. I remembered. Are you happy now? Put it in your calendar. So you'll remember. You have to sleep really good the night before.
Yeah, and I need lots of coffee, honey.
Mm-hmm. You will.
You need to get me coffee. Do I have any coffee?
Yeah, I guess you do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, and it seems like a good way to prepare for
It is a
it
little
seems like it's
fun.
good practice. Practice is the word.
Yeah.
Well, quick output. John Byrne, and I'm going to mention the master again. John Byrne could fly when he wanted to.
Yeah.
fly like with wings.
Yes, that's why he was able to draw Superman.
Oh, stop.
No, but he was very fast. So was Jack Kirby. But I think Kirby's artwork suffered when he got faster, and everybody's does. But Byrne always was able to keep a certain
Sorry.
sense of cartoon realism,
Mm-hmm.
even though that's a contradictory term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Kirby got more blocky, I think, when he got faster.
Yeah. Unless you're someone like Eric Larson, who, because of the way he holds his pencil, he can knock out 4 or 5 pages in about 3 hours.
Wow.
But you know what? I think I can achieve something similar. Maybe not that fast, but something like this weekend when she left me home.
Mm.
Wait, I did not leave him home. I went out with one of my very best friends. We went to a place in Vermont, she has like a little cabin in Vermont,
Mm.
about 9 miles from Canada. It was lovely. We had a great
It
girls'
was lovely.
weekend.
It was a great weekend.
We stayed in our jammies till like noon. It was awesome.
I drew
So
endlessly.
I didn't leave him. I left him, but not left him.
Mm.
You made it sound terrible. She left me.
But it was wonderful because I was just zipping
Yeah,
page
there you
after
go.
page after page
I
after
wasn't
page.
around annoying you.
That's right.
Asking you questions.
That's
and
right.
Stuff.
That's right. Get out of here.
I am at 9 o'clock. This girl is gone.
I'm going to fix that clock.
You can't fix that clock. So the Kickstarter for
Blast
The
and the
new book
Reapers will
is
start
coming up.
sometime soon.
probably by Wednesday, by the time we get everything.
Could be as early as tomorrow. Might be as late as Friday.
Right. We
Yeah.
got to get the tiers down. Do you have to have 3 tiers or can we just do
You
2?
could just do 2, but we're not going to do just 2.
Why? And I'm not doing a doll.
No more dolls, honey. But I do have to get the metal card collection in.
We can do that.
I have a comic, then I have a alternative cover, at least one,
At least one.
and then I have the art book to add
Okay.
into that mix.
There you go. That's our. So the first tier, the most expensive one, would include everything.
And the doll.
We're not doing a doll. I'm not.
What about
That
what
doll
about
gave me way too
what
much
about
stress.
a Reaper pillow?
No, too expensive, and it's going to be too hard to ship.
I'm just messing with her, but
7 said something about John Byrne. You should probably put that up there and pay
John
attention
Byrne
to.
is great. I recently read a
attention.
Namor issue he wrote and drew in '91. Really good stuff. Yeah, he was. He's so instrumental in everything that I've ever done in comics. Even
Mhm.
though I am far from a John Byrne clone.
Mhm.
If you know Byrne, you'll occasionally see like his influences,
Hmm.
particularly with mouths. I like to do the John Byrne, like I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a half moon with a line, and it's just a John Byrne looking mouth. Like he just always used it. Still does, I bet.
Is he alive?
He is alive.
Okay. Is he older?
He is a little older. He's considered to be a jerk. Most people will tell you he's an asshole.
Really?
And I've told all those people who told me that I don't care. I respect the man enough. Like he was the artist of my teenage, young adult years, you know. And Chris Claremont was the writer. But Byrne could write too. That was the great thing.
1950. He's a little older.
Yeah, he's about 19 years older than me.
He's
20 years
70
older.
years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever get the opportunity to meet him. I definitely know I'll never be his like hangout buddy, but I will always give him the respect of being like the greatest Marvel artist I ever saw.
So he did X-Men, Fantastic Four, Superman.
Honey, he did everything.
Wow.
Let's see. John Byrne did X-Men, Fantastic Four, She-Hulk.
Yeah. He did Iron Fist back early in his career. And I
Yeah.
know that because I have. Oh, let me show you. I have
We're not going to get into the DC titles he did.
the Marvel Masters Art of John Byrne, and it is just issue after issue of John Byrne's
Was he a
appearances. Was he in a
No, the
band?
John Byrne band. Oh, that must
No,
be
that's something
Marvel.
else. But like some of this is funny. He's got a.
He was in a band too. Wow.
No, he. They reprinted like one of his first prints, and it was giant size Dracula #5. And the thing I love about that is the artwork is almost horrendous.
What?
Weirdest guy to ever enter comic books is Jim Steranko.
Oh, Jim Steranko.
Yeah.
Why do you know that name?
Yeah, we've met Jim.
Oh, okay.
Well, he started out as a magician.
Cocky.
before he got into comics.
He's a little cocky.
He's
My,
very
my
cocky.
favorite celebrity so far has been Joe Stanton.
Hmm.
Jim Steranko put Nick Fury on the map.
Joe Stanton did, or Joe Steranko did.
Jim Steranko put Nick
Yes.
Fury on the map.
Yeah, his layouts were extreme, weren't they?
hmm
But when I met Stanton,
Hmm.
it was at a convention. The poor little guy is about 5 foot tall,
Oh God.
and to me,
He's
he's as legendary as Kirby. And I was just
oh my
like,
God. Chris was
I was
just
gushing.
gushing.
Yeah, I was. I fanboyed it the whole way.
Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. I said, really? This is some little old man.
Embarrassing. Are
I
you sure you weren't fangirling?
I ran out from our table, practically jumped him in the middle of the aisle.
Are you fangirling?
You're Joe Stanton, and like
Like I said, he was fangirling.
yeah. Well, he goes,
Big time.
yes, I am, and then he gave me a big hug. This little old man gave me a big hug. I'm like, oh, yeah. He gave me his personal email, and it was
How do you spell
canceled.
his last name?
Stanton, Stanton,
Comic book?
creator of E-Man and wonderful artist of Green Lantern back in the 70s and 80s.
Mhm.
He had a very cartoonish style that he preferred to use, and he did use with E-Man. But DC basically was pushing him out because he kept leaning more cartoon than realism. They wanted more like Neil Adams, and he was giving them cartoony. And so, you know, he moved on. He did E-Man, but it was great because he was telling me about how indies used to be. Because he was saying, you know, I have tons of issues in my garage that we had to buy to get the comic, and we just couldn't sell all of them. So he would still have, you know, he's still sitting on collector's items theoretically, but nobody really wants them. That's the problem, you know. Yes,
Funny.
Byrne was a big influence on Jim Lee. I agree wholeheartedly. That was something Seven said.
I can't find
Yeah.
it.
Who on Stanton?
Yeah.
Well, here's his E-Man character.
Oh,
By First Comics. Who remembers that? Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah,
I remember First, man.
so do I.
I thought you were saying He-Man, but this is E-Man.
It's E-Man.
Yeah, it's E-Man.
E-Man.
Yep. Now let me make sure I got his name right. It was Joe Stanton or Staten. I keep saying Stanton.
It's Staten. S-T-A.
Yeah, that's what.
N?
Yeah,
Is there an N in his name and everything?
there is at the end.
Yeah. Well, no wonder. I'm looking for Joe
Oh, you're typing it wrong,
No,
honey. It doesn't have an N there.
you told me it did.
Look, there he is.
That's
She asked you that, but you did. Would you told her that it was
I
right?
can't even. I'm looking for Joe
There he
Stanton.
is. There's the poor little old man.
Little old dude. Remember that? He was so funny.
When we met him, he was currently promoting Dick Tracy.
Yes.
In fact, yep, that's the same booth that he was at, but he had lost a little bit of weight when we met him. This might be a little old. Oh, yeah, 2011.
Yeah.
But he does all the classic characters. He was most in love with cartooning, though. He wasn't more in love with like his Green Lantern stuff.
He was going to be at the Garden State Comic Fest, you know.
No, I didn't know that. Now you're making
Yeah.
me feel even worse.
Sorry.
He was going to be with us?
He was going to be there, but he's no, that was never mind. That was 2016. Sorry, guys. He hasn't updated much.
Oh,
So I'm looking at some of his old art. I'm sure you can see it too.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing anything.
No, well, you know, he's got to be. My goodness, how old is the poor man? You know.
70.
You know what? I would even say Jim Lee is.
Byrne is 70. Sorry.
Yeah. Staten might be even older. Hang on.
Yeah, Staten is definitely older.
Joe Staten is 72 years old. He was born in 48. He's only 2 years older than Byrne.
No?
Amazing.
Yeah.
But I would say Jim Lee is like Byrne on steroids. Like everything Jim Lee does has all that extra detail in it. and it's wonderful, but he doesn't have the same flow that Byrne does. And it's not that he's worse or not as good as Byrne. It's different, like Byrne just had that. I don't know. Byrne had a way of making 4 or 5 lines just feel like they were so deep.
He did a lot.
Who, Joe?
Mm.
Yeah, Joe was amazing.
Sorry.
My wife is looking at Joe's
I was
statins
just
history.
checking Joe, guys. I apologize. You give me a name, I like to scoop on it. He was a big jumper. It was great. Yeah. He's catching up on the dial. Absolutely nobody on Facebook tonight. Not one peep in person.
I think you're just ignoring them.
I'm not. There's nobody there, honey.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, there's nobody there. Oh, wait.
How'd
How'd that happen?
what happen?
It stopped.
Oh, it pauses if you leave it there.
So people could have come in and talked to me and I didn't
They
know it.
probably were talking to you.
No, there's nobody there.
Let's see. Up here it says,
Nope.
Diana, I'm talking to you.
Nuh-uh.
So we're very excited. It's almost 9:00.
I finished my dinner, guys.
She did.
Yeah, it takes me forever.
But yeah, so the book is coming along. Join us next week. We'll show you more stuff. Pyramid Nights. We were supposed to do a show for him last week, and I was sick. And this week he is busy, but we will be doing the Pyramid Nights special show with Gary Henderson, and we will get you guys caught up on what's happening with the 2 books that he's producing right now. I want to feature other people too. So if you know anybody with projects,
Like Terry and
yep,
what's his name?
Skinny, yeah, that's going to be Otis Stein.
Lorenzo, do you have any projects going on?
No, but feel free to post it in the Sleestackians group.
Will do, bro. There's also a guy. I'm gonna have to get more clear on everything about his comic, but there's another comic, a web comic, I want to start looking at more. But we need to start basically lifting each other up.
I agree. So lift it up, guys. Come on now.
Well, I kind of consider myself and most of the people willing to talk to me as kind of like second tier creators, and we don't have to be that way forever. I think we can lift each other up and challenge each other, help each other.
Mm-hmm.
By exposing my artwork to you guys, I'm hoping that if you see something obnoxiously terrible, you'll say, that sucks. Don't do that.
Because I tell them, please don't.
Oh, well, she'll sit there and go, what's wrong with her nose? And I'm like, what do you mean, what's wrong with her nose?
Her neck looks like a giraffe. The horse looks like a face. And
Yes.
God help us, what is the position of the hand?
Yeah,
When did you draw this? What time in the morning?
Yep.
Because you got to erase it. It's awful.
Yep, she will slam me up.
I will. But everything else is good. Like
Yeah, but I really like the job you did on the tree on the left-hand side of the panel. No, it's not that bad, but
I will tell them if I think something looks just off. Like I can pretty much look at a picture and say, you know what?
something's not right.
Something's not right. Look at the face.
I don't know what it is.
Time he made
Maybe it's like you
super
really
long
screwed up.
faces.
Yes, I was making.
Oh my
elongated
God! I'm like,
faces.
why do they all look like horse faces?
Yep.
He goes, I don't know.
Yep, I had to learn the human skull is not
Yeah.
an oval, but you'll find that in Last of the Reapers, the
Oh,
Reapers actually listen. The Reapers actually have that same oval head
Mm-hmm.
because I brought it back. To the Reapers. What's that?
Well, the skull is usually drawn in 2 parts.
True. But for what I was doing and what I'm doing in the Reaper thing, you'll be able to notice it as you look at them. I'm using one continuous oval that goes out. It's almost like an alien head, but it's not very far. It's just a little further back, and then it comes forward and stops right here with the jaw being a flexible thing underneath it. So it looks human, but it's not human. That's the whole idea. Like they're inspired by us, but they weren't made in the image of God, so they aren't us at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I should talk more about next week. Maybe is the spirituality involved in Last of the
That would be
Reapers,
kind of cool.
because I'm touching base with a lot of the core beliefs of Christianity that I didn't even mean to. But because I'm doing the story the way I am, it's just going to be the way it is. I've already checked with Jesus. He's
You
cool.
forget one thing.
What's that?
We all know you're a spiritual guy, so we're expecting that to be in your book.
Well, it's funny because
Yeah, that's true.
I did try to avoid that.
I know.
When I say that, I mean I'm talking about your personality, your personality that you put into it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. No, but what I mean is I was trying to avoid putting that in my
But
comics.
you can't help it because it's who you are.
Well, and the stories lead from that kind of knowledge base.
Mhm.
You know, just like if I was, I don't know, if I was Islamic, I'm sure I would have Islamic viewpoints in my comic. You know,
There were several comics made in the '90s that spun off the Bible. Lady Death was one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and every subsequent character that came across that interacted with it.
well, this one actually be based on anything about the Bible, but it does touch because it's an end of the world story.
Right.
Jesus does make an appearance in it.
Yep,
you have
it
to. Okay,
sure
so
does.
have I mentioned who Giannis belongs to?
I don't remember.
Should I let that out?
Well, you're gonna anyways.
It's like it's like this Big Dog Inc. when they released Penny for Your Soul. It started out with the Devil's Daughter and Mary Magdalene running a casino in Las Vegas. Sooner or later, the devil was going to show up because quite a few souls had gone missing.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Well,
Yeah.
They were buying souls. They were buying souls for $50,000 a piece.
Wow.
that's
Which is why in that one issue, which was the second issue, where Jesus shows up at the end. and then tells the devil to ease up on the girl. She's just getting started.
so
Oh my God.
the thing I'll reveal, because I've got to get off of this thing for a few minutes. The one thing to be certain of is Giannis is
care.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving. Lorenzo, are you streaming later tonight?
I could.
I need to take a break, but then I'll be coming back on and check things out.
Okay, well, I'll try not to stream for too long because
Yeah, you tend to do it
a lot
for
of energy out of me.
Yeah.
Moderation is the key.
All right, I'll catch up with you guys ASAP. I just got to go take care of a couple of things first.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll put the link in the Sleestackians.
Okay.
You're welcome to join, Carrie.
Ooh, no problem.
Well, take care.
All right.